So that being said, let's warm up and let's do these 3 questions. Yeah, stress-free quiz as many times as you like. Okay. Let's do these 3 questions. We're going to see if we can, we're going to use this as a bit of a warm-up to get us going. We're going to do question D first. And, oh, wait, there was a part that I left out. Oh, no. No, it's gone. No, it's fine. It's all here. Okay. So, put in the chat, what is the value of A with a reason? I want reasons. Remember, in FET now, grade 10, most of the time, you only get answers for statement and reason being correct. So reasons is what it's all about. Okay, so for question A, or it's question D, but the variable is A that we are solving for. What is X equal to with your reason? Pop it in the chat. Gabriel has kicked us off. And so far, no one has given the right reason. Kamogelo, we're starting with A. So just save that answer for later. Still, no one has given the right. Yo, we are. This is like a lucky packet. You just draw out reasons and hope it's the right one. Ah, Gareth. Gareth is a newbie and he got it right. Sum of angles in a triangle. You have to put that word sum of angles in a triangle. So A is equal to 50. Angle sum of triangle or sum of angles in a triangle. Great, let's do the next one. What is B equal to? What is B equal to? This is now 50. Come everybody. I always say there's about 40 of us in the class. So there should be an answer bomb of 40 appearing in the chat. Let's go. I see corresponding angles, which is right, but something's missing. So still we have no right answer yet. Ah, Sihamo, well done. So B is 50. So first of all, before we can say that, we must say that DE, you must tell the whole story. You can't leave anything out. DE is parallel to BC. Why do we say that? That's because of the midpoint theorem. Then B is 50 as well because of corresponding angles and because of those parallel lines. So B is 50, corresponding angles, DE parallel to BC. Okay. Nice, Poitomelo. That's exactly it. You take the words out of my mouth. And now lastly, what is X? Put it in the chat with your reason. Let's get some more. I don't know what that face is for, Tiama. You just got an answer right. X is for midpoint theorem. That's right. Okay, right. So you guys get the gist of it. That's for question D. So what we're going to do now for the next, I'm going to give you for question E and question F, I'm going to give you 2 minutes for you to do all the values with the reasons. Okay, it's going to be a bit like a race. So 2 minutes to do all the answers for E and for F, but you do it there on your own. Okay, we're not going to put answers in the chat yet. We're just going to kick it off, 2-minute timer, and when you are done, you can throw a thumbs up emoji in the chat. Okay, so let's see if you can do this in 2 minutes, because we need to speed this up a bit. Okay, we need to get better, more fluent with this midpoint theorem. So we are going to start it. Get ready, get your pen ready. Okay, you don't cheat. No, like writing scallon piece there. And go. 2 minutes. So you've got till 18:16. Tiamo, because this one's 2, so this one must be twice that length. It's 4. Okay, 2 minutes. Let's see. With reasons, everything with reasons. E and F, okay? So you have a minute for E and a minute for F. Should I make it 3? Maybe 2 is, no, we stick to 2. We go as quick as we can. Okay, 1 more minute to go. Okay, Gareth is done first. Check those reasons. Put a thumbs up in the chat when you're done. Time is up. And for Miso and Sunaku came in just in time. Okay, let's see. Okay, so the first thing we need to do, and Kamugelo's there as well, and Boitomelo, well done, guys. So the first thing we need to do here is to know that we are working with the midpoint theorem, because we've got PS equal to SO and PT equal to TR. That makes S and T midpoints, which will make ST parallel to QR. So we can start with X. Where's my green? I'm loving this green today. X is equal to 2/2 of 5. So that's going to be 2.5. Reason, the midpoints are given, so we use the midpoint reason, midpoint theorem. Okay, so that's 2.5. Then we can do ST is parallel to QR. You have to state that. Somewhere in your answer, you must have the fact that it's parallel because of the midpoint theorem. You can't leave that bit of the story out. So A is 50, corresponding angles, ST parallel to QR. So that makes that 50. And then we're going to go B plus 50 plus 60. So So 50 plus 60 is 110. That gives me B is 170. And that's angle sum of triangle. Okay, so you can give yourself now, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Give yourself a mark out of 4. And if you got 4 out of 4, put a party face in the chat. Oh, for me, sir. 4 out of 4. Party face if you got 4 out of 4. Nice. Look at Nashon and Kamugelo. Nice, guys. Okay, let's see if we can get, oh, and Chechofatso, Chinamiram. Bongi, not bad, 3 out of 4. Next one's yours. Next one's yours. And Garrett, 3 out of 4. Good stuff, good stuff. And Siamu's got no potty face for his 4 out of 4. Okay, let's go to F. Right, now, what have we got? We've got the midpoints because GK is equal to KI. So K is a midpoint. We've got GJ equal to JH because J is a midpoint. That means JK is equal to HI. Not equal, parallel. What am I saying? Okay, so let's go. No, it's Siamu. But your 4 out of 4 should make it like just pop for you today. Oh, so this one's actually, this one's got a bit of a trick to it because what we've got here is that GJK is equal to GHI. And those are corresponding, so that means for that reason, that will be parallel. We're going to get there. We're going to get there, Chinamiram. We just have to first deal with the whole parallel line bit. And then we can say that this is 1.5. And then we're going to do Pythag for B or Pythag for A and then double it to get B. Either way would have worked. But the tricky part was here with the GJK equal GJK equal to GHI, and that one's given. And therefore, JK is parallel to HI. And the reason for that is not because of the midpoint, because we only got given one midpoint. So the reason for that is that the corresponding angles are equal. Okay. So then we can say X is 1.5, and the reason here is also not midpoint but line I keep confusing myself with this one as well. We'll get it now.
Midpoints.
Line through midpoint to second side. There we go. Line through midpoint. Line through midpoint. Parallel second side. It's because, Miss Naliswa, and I'm not making excuses, but I learned a different reason when I was in school, and that's I'm unlearning that one to learn this one. So it's a two-sided process. Okay.
Because I used to say line joining midpoints, but it's line through.
Yes. And they change their minds, whoever they are, the geometry people who put these reasons in place. So they change it sometimes, and then you have to learn a new thing. Anyway, next we're going to do a squared is 2, 5 squared minus 1, 5 squared. and the reason there is Pythag. Okay, so it's line through midpoint, Garrett, because we have the parallel, we don't have the actual midpoints, we have the parallel sides that's given. That's why. If, like, look at the previous question, both of those midpoints were clearly given, but not with this one. Here we have the parallel line and then one midpoint. So remember, if it's parallel line and one midpoint, then you have to do line through midpoint parallel to second side. That's exactly why what the reason says. It's line through midpoint parallel to second side. Yes, Chilamirum is talking to me today.
But he did warn you yesterday.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Because yesterday he was so quiet.
Chilamirum, you can unmute.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hi.
Ma'am. Ma'am, so my solution is a bit different, like after the first 3 steps that you did. So what I did was, since x is like equal to 1.5, I added both 1.5s and the 2,5s. Then I did Pythagoras for the big triangle and got b.
Perfect.
That was 4. And then I divided it by 2. Divided by 2 to get a, because it's the midpoint theorem.
Yeah, that's perfect. We could have done it that way. Your 2 reasons are just going to be swapped. So you're going to work out for b and use reason Pythagoras. And then for a is 2, then you use reason line through midpoint parallel to second side. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So for this one, let's make this 2 marks because that required a bit of thinking. For your x equal to 1.5 and line through midpoint, you can also make that for 2 marks. Pythags 1. So whichever one you decided to do, B or A, that's 1 mark. And then finding the actual answer for your B or your A. And then for this one where you do B or A. So how many marks are that? That's 7. Okay, so put a potty face if you've got between 5 and like 5 or 6 or 7. Between 5 and 7, you can put a potty face. Well done, Yasha. Maybe we should change our face. Nice, Anamika and Mainzi. Good stuff. And Chekhfatsu again, that's 2 potty faces. Some of you got 2 potty faces. Oh, and Robin Lee, nice. Okay, so believe it or not, that was actually just our little warm-up for the day. But now we're going to move on and do some things that involve variables. Okay, so you actually got to be able to solve these questions with variables as well. Let's just see what Nishon is saying, maybe before I move on. After proving that J and H are corresponding, doesn't that mean that X is 1.5 midpoint and potty face? I still think that this is because we've got the 1 midpoint at K, and then having to go through proving that JK and HI are parallel. We don't have the other midpoint. The other midpoint follows because of the parallel line and the 1 midpoint. So Nishon, I think we are good with the way it is, the way I put it up, because we were given 1 midpoint, we proved parallel sides, and that makes it line through midpoint, parallel to second side. Okay. And good on your party face. Okay, guys, so let's see. Next question is, yeah, like I said, it involves some variables. So it's still just midpoint theorem, but now we're just going to spice it up a bit with some variable stuff. Okay, so in the diagram below, P is the midpoint. Yay. So we can already mark in one color that PQ and NP are equal. R is the midpoint of MQ. So we can already mark that that's given. So always use your colors, mark what's given in one color, and then everything you conclude after that, you can put that in a different color. So we can now conclude that PR is parallel to NM because the two midpoints are given. And because the two midpoints are given, we can already know that we're just going to use midpoint theorem here. We don't have to bother with line through midpoint parallel to second side. We're not going to bother with that because the midpoints are given. And then the last bit of information says the segment inside of the large triangle is labeled with a length 2y plus 2. So we are going to solve for y. So first of all, what can we say? What is NM equal to? NM isn't equal to PR. NM is 2 times PR. Yes, that's right, Mayenzi and Chinamiram. Chinamiram has worked it out for us already. Double 2y plus 2. And there we go. You can't take all the credit. Yes, you had some help. Okay, so if we want to solve for that, we can say that 2y plus 2 is, actually we can't do that. I think let's just leave this question as is. And we're just gonna stop there, and we're just gonna calculate that NM is actually 4y plus 4. So you guys see how that works? Oh, Tiamo gave the answer first. Oh, you guys are so nice to each other. Well done. There we go, Tiamo. Well done. Okay, so we can say that NM is, okay, so you guys get the whole gist of it. We just need to add our reasons. So NM is going to be 2 PR because of midpoint theorem. Right. Let's go to the next one. And we're going to just do a similar thing, and we're going to say, what is WY equal to? Okay, I'm going to leave you here for a minute to do this one on your own. Read everything and then come up with an expression for WY. Okay, pop your answer in the chat if you have it. The question is just like the one we just did. We are just finding an expression now for W. Oh, it's not WY. What am I saying? It's WV. I thought that was the Y instead of the V. WV. Kamogelo's got an answer so far. You guys are going too fast. Work carefully. So let's just go through our thinking process again. X is the midpoint and Z is the midpoint. So those are equal and those are equal. So we know that these lines are parallel. So we can say that WY is going to be 2 times XZ. I'm still saying WY instead of WV. So WV is 2 times minus 3 over 4B plus 4. And I see some of you need to practice your distribution here. So you're going to times the 2 by the minus 3b over 4 and times the 2 by the 4. And last time I checked, and if you're struggling, you can use your calculator machine here, minus 3 over 2b plus 8. Okay, Nishan got it. Ntando, check your multiplication. Fumisa, check your multiplication. Okay, and some of you didn't even try, which is not cool. You must participate. Okay, next one. Where did we get the 2? The 2 comes from the fact that XZ, WV is twice XZ because of the midpoint theorem. Okay, Ace, for us say. Right, now let's go on to a proper one. That was just practice and warm up. Let's see. In the diagram below, P is the midpoint of NQ. Great. So let's mark our midpoint. And R is the midpoint of NQ, which means those are equal. The segment in the large triangle is labeled with a length of minus 2a plus 4. Okay, so immediately we can say that we've got the midpoint theorem here. So PR is going to be parallel to NN. First question asks, calculate the value of MN in terms of A. Right. Put your answer in the chat. MN in terms of A. Yes, Mitchell, because, yeah, minus 6b over 4 simplified is minus 3 over 2, I think. Put the next one, put your answer in the chat. Okay, good stuff. Keep it coming, guys. Okay, I'm happy with your answers. Let's just write out the full proof with all its reasons, okay? So PR is equal to, not equal, it's parallel to MN because of midpoint theorem. And that's just because of what was given. P is a midpoint, R is a midpoint, so PR is parallel to MN. Then we can say PR MN is going to be 2 times PR, and that's also because of the midpoint theorem. And MN is then 2 minus 2a plus 4, and that's minus 4a plus 8. Good. Nice. Now you're told that MN has a length of 18. What is the value of A? Give your answer as a fraction. Okay, what is the equation we're going to make here? We are on to question B. If you know what the equation is that we're going to make, pop it in the chat. It's not hard, guys. I'm sure you can all figure it out. Nice, Puchle. Lutando, just check. You as well, Manyenzi. Our length of MN is minus 4a plus 8, and that is equal to 18. We're going to take our 8 over to the other side. And then we're going to get our A. We're going to divide 10 by negative 4a. Negative 5 over 2. Just read carefully. Nishan, you guys, everybody, give your answer as a fraction. So they want the negative 5 over 2. Yes, Niasha and Manyenzi. Good stuff. All right. I think we have time for one more. Okay. Yeah, we can do 3. Let's do 3, and if you work fast, you can also do 4. I'm going to leave you for about a minute. I just want you to work on finding the value of x first. Now be careful. Be careful. Think carefully before you just go and say that 3x is equal to 54. 3x is not equal to 54. It's equal to something else. Gareth says x is 36. Let's get some more answers, everyone. Nishan also says 36. Maybe someone wants to put their hand up and volunteer an answer. Put your hand up. Let me know, how did you get your answer? By the way, I don't think 18 or 36 is the answer. Oh, ma'am, no. Back to the drawing board we go. Question 3, Chinamiram, we're doing question 3. You know how I like to mix up the numbering of the questions? We just skip 1 and 2 and then we go to 3. 1 and 2 does not exist. Robin Lee gets a nice star. Robin Lee, do you want to unmute and tell us how you got that? The stars for Robin Lee.
Evening, ma'am.
Hi there.
Ma'am, I said 3x is equal to half of 54. Then I said 3x is equals to 27, and I divided both sides by 3.
Beautiful.
And I got 9.
That is exactly it. Okay, because 3x, hold on. Wait. 3x, no, this side is twice this side. Sorry, Robin Lee, I think you and I might be on the wrong track here. Because did you also get 36? Did you times the 54 by 2?
Yeah, to get 108 and then divide that by 3.
See, we went the other way. Sorry, Robin Lee, but you can still have your gold star.
Yeah.
So it's 3x is 2 times 54. Okay. And it's 54 because the longer side must be twice this side. That's why. So that gives us 108. And then we divide by 3. No problem, Robin Lee. You and I were both going the wrong way, dividing by 2 in terms of instead of timesing by 2. 108 divided by 3. And that is 36. Okay. Gold stars to everyone who got 36.